The play's called Fences. It's written by a sort of African-American poet laureate called August Wilson. He's been called the Black Shakespeare, the Black Arthur Miller. He writes in the Arthur Miller style, particularly in this play, with the idea of a protagonist who seems intent on pulling his life down around his ears. He's charismatic, he's a great storyteller, he's a father. He has a father with a wife called Rose, who's played by Tanya Moody, now played very beautifully. And he's very strict. He was in jail. He used to play baseball in jail, and he got very good. But by the time he got to be in the to transfer to the major leagues, he was too old, so he couldn't play the major leagues. So he's very bitter about that. And now his son, Corey, has been recruited by an integrated college to play football. And his dad is a bit jealous.
Okay.
And so it's all set for a massive conflict. And it's a wonderful play, extraordinary. And
now, I haven't seen the play yet, but from
you're
what
going to come, though, aren't you?
I would love to come.
It's really, really, really good.
What I understand is it takes a lot out of you as a performer. You know, it is one of those roles where you know, are having to give out an enormous amount. I mean, that probably
very like Othello. Well, Othello was exhausted because, you know, you kill the wife every night. You've got to do something afterwards to shake that off. So this is a bit of a... You've got to do this play, and then afterwards you've got to have a bit of a dance, shower, maybe, music.
What, and leave the character behind?
And just leave the character behind, because it's such a toxic guy. In the first act, August Wilson's very clever, because he's set up as a charismatic, storytelling guy, the kind of guy you want to hang out with. But then slowly, as you peel the onion of the character, you realise that he has bitterness at his heart, and that he's trouble. And when you play something like that, and I've talked to other people like that, they say, you've got to leave it back. You've got to leave it behind in the dressing room. Otherwise, you'll be cross all day, shouting at people. Shut up, fool! We talk like that to people. You don't want that. What you talking about?
Do you, when you're in rehearsals for a role like that, do you feel the character sort of creeping up on you, affecting you in that way?
Well, strangely, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but it just feels like as you learn it, it does creep into you via osmosis. It's not a character. It's just the text has a life of its own. So if it's a wonderful text, like this play is, you can basically surf on the words. It's beautifully written. But yeah, the brain, apparently, when you do something enough times, just imagines that it's happening for real. Which is why if you say you're going to do something and you're going to succeed at something, it's odds on you're going to do it, because the brain believes you. So if you do a play where you're playing a complete swine every night, 2 shows on a Wednesday and a Saturday, you might sort of leave the stage and go and punch somebody out.
Oh. Well, it has happened.
One of them me, pow!
Yeah. Well, people have done that, haven't they? Yeah. That whole thing of living the role.
It's not that guy who played Jesus going around forgiving everybody for ages. It was a real pain.
I read that you were quite stressed. I mean, properly stressed, were you, when you were leading up to the play?
Oh, I had a bit of a meltdown, yeah. It was really weird. I got 2 weeks in and I thought, I'm not going to learn this. There are more lines for this character in this play than in King Lear for Lear. And it was just seemed like this mountain of words, and I got very, very frightened. And when I get frightened, I talk a bit like Scooby-Doo, and I panic a bit. And so I came into rehearsal one morning going, oh, God, I don't know what to do. It's really frightening. And my friends just rose to the occasion, and I had different mates coming around and just sat with the script and said, you're going to learn this. And so I'd do the rehearsals from 10 till 6 every day. And Tanya Moody wrote out a chart of, this is what you need to learn by this time, Len. This is just sums. Let's do the sums. If you learn this act today, this act tomorrow. And everybody in the cast helped. Colin helped, Ashley helped, everybody helped. But my mates came around every night and just sat with me and helped me learn my lines.